We suffered in silence. Now we recover out loud.
Good evening. Welcome to the Channel 4 News at 8. I'm your anchor, Dick Trickle, coming to you live from the Big Rock Candy Mountain Waffle House and Circumcision Center, where everyone says, hey, just keep the tip. Today's top story. The World Health Organization released a study today that showed that dwarfism is a growing concern. Welcome to episode 179, Trashers. We got a very special guest waiting in the bullpen. It is Donald B. from Maine. There you go. And now to a man who was a serial flasher but wanted to retire, but he's going to stick it out for another year. Timmy Snyder.
Oh, my God. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talkin Trash Addiction Recovery Podcast. It's garbage day, right? So welcome to the show. It's time to take out the trash. If you're listening right now and you're struggling, high, hungover, detoxing, hiding, or just exhausted from fighting yourself, you're in the right place. This is a place for real stories of addiction recovery, relapse, faith, mental health, and redemption. We believe addiction is a disease, not a moral failure. We believe in the power of AA, the strength of fellowship, the grace of God, and the role of medicine and therapy in healing the mind. No shame here, no pretending. We did this alone. We do one of three things. We do a topic show, we have a guest, or we just wing it. But we're organized, kind of. We suffered in silence. We recover out loud. That'll work. All right, let's get into our preamble here on Talkin Trash.
This is our humble broadcast, where ethics and personal anonymity are of the utmost importance. We run this podcast as an act of service to those whose lives have been affected by addiction. We don't do it for profit or notoriety. We place principles before personalities. We benefit from this podcast just as much as anyone else. We all work programs and choose to sacrifice our own anonymity to spread the word that recovery is possible. We do this thing in an attempt to show, as living examples, that no matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That's the 9th step promise. It's our creed we abide by here on Talkin Trash. We feel called to uphold AA and NA principles. We firmly believe that you can only keep what you have by giving it away. Please join us in a moment of silence, followed by the Serenity Prayer.
God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
All right, let's go around. Let's talking to Trent. First on tap. He's an enigma. This dude is something else.
Spell it.
His name's Will Douglas.
Willie!
Hi, Will.
Big bad Willie.
He's the man. Look at this guy. He's 43 years old. He's got 2+ years clean. He's a lesson learner. He's a reformed speaker. Loves egg and chicken. You know, if you ain't first, you last, you know?
Nom, 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 nom.
Willie is, he's building a life for himself, and he's doing it sober. Oh, my God. He's okay? Oh, yeah, the Olympics are here. He's just a staple of the program. We love having him. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves him.
Who wouldn't?
Will's a good guy. Let's just
Great
check
guy.
in real quick. Willie D
There I
in the
am.
place to be.
Hey,
Hey, buddy.
Chilling.
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are y'all?
Doing good. What's going on in your life?
Well, I just got back from high. That's why I was late, because I had to go around. Like, whenever I get in my head, you know, and I got things coming up that are important, I
Yeah.
had to distract myself. So, like, I'm building some, like, wooden shutters for my, like,
Yeah.
so, I mean, so it gives me, I got to be hands on, like, my mind somewhere, you know. It's a
If I
good
didn't do this
distraction,
program,
healthy.
I'd kill somebody. You and I both have severe ADD, and I feel your
bad.
pain on that.
OCD a little bit.
Terrible. All right, let's take a look at our next friend. Just Jimmy Leibel. He's our communication coordinator. He's our community liaison. Shut up. Jimmy Leibel is 61 years old. He's 4 years clean. He's an AA sponsor. He runs prison ministry. He's got a couple kids. He's from Saskatchewan. He's just he is talking trash. He's a tremendous advocate for both our program and recovery. Oh, and I didn't know you did the
curling? You don't do like. You
Oh,
don't.
you're looking at the thing. You missed the goddamn. Jesus Christ! What's wrong with you?
Whatever.
He is.
You don't take a running start at it. You come out of the hack, boy.
I'm expert.
You come out of the hack.
Talk to AI about it. I don't know. All right, next is me. I'm 43. I got 2.5 years clean. I'm a recovering opiate addict. I'm a MAT advocate. I got 2 kids. I produce this show. I live in Georgia, and
Georgia.
yeah, you know,
Come on now.
I'm size you up, boy.
And we have, oh my God. Last but not least, Bradley Mansfield.
Bradley Mansfield.
Yeah, welcome to the mirror.
Brad Mansfield. Oh, my God. Mark.
Ooh, sexy.
There. Brad is 47 years old. He just celebrated 3 years clean with us. He's an AA advocate. He loves cocaine. Oh, he does he love it? Saskatchewan. And he'd rather die on his feet than live on his knees. Oh my God, you hit a bunch of you hit the bird strike. Are you okay? That pig is everywhere. There's a problem.
Man.
Not the first pig I ran into.
And
pull over, buddy.
And then we'll do this real quick.
Racing the clock, 14:59, clears it, holds, button hit, unbelievable. The champion finishes the Graham in exactly 15 minutes, a new Olympic record.
We'll like it too. James Leibel. Oh my God! Brad ran into a peg. Look at that hair. Unbelievable. There you have it. It's the Olympics. You guys watching any of the Olympics?
Haven't had a chance yet.
Nope.
Tomorrow I will be.
I know the hockey's starting. The U.S. women's beat Canada, I think, the other day. Yeah, they kicked the shit out of your girls.
Fuck you, Willie.
Don't act surprised.
Them fighting words, buddy.
How is everybody?
Tired, but I'm good.
He's tired. Well, what time did you messaged us at what 2:30 this morning?
So the last 2 days in a row, I've been up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and a couple 16-hour days, but you know what? I've stayed up for worse, boys. I've stayed up for worse. All right?
Absolutely. And then and you didn't eat for a week. So what we're doing here is we're trying to spread a message in the purest way possible, not corporately, just in our own way. Talking trash is us. We determine what goes on, what comes off, who goes on, who comes on, all that. It's a team effort, and we got a great team here. I love my team. Let's welcome our treatment centers.
Just try to make me go to rehab. I won't go.
So I know we have Destination Recovery, outside the box recovery in it's Greenville. Outside the box, they're joining us tonight. They have about 100 patients watching us. And Destination will be asking questions, probably asking questions for Donald after he tells his story. But let's get her going by reading the daily reflap agenda.
You want to do some daily refraction? All right, kids, make sure you're sitting comfortably in them chairs or lawn chairs. Make sure those vapes are fully charged. For February the 11th, Daily Refract Jacks is the limits of self-reliance. We asked ourselves why we had them. Fears. Wasn't it because of self-reliance failed us? And that's from old Alcoholics Anonymous, page 68.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. All my character defects separated me from God's will. When I ignore my association with him, I face the world and my alcoholism alone and must depend on self-reliance. I have never found serenity and happiness through self-will. The only result is a life of fear and discontent. God provides the path back to him and his gift of serenity and comfort. First, however, I must be willing to acknowledge my fears and understand their source and power over me. I frequently ask God to help me understand how I separate myself from him. There you go. We have, reiterate. And there's the Cole's notes. Yeah.
So, the limits of self-reliance. Jimmy, what's this mean to you? You read it.
You can't. Okay. I was actually, I did a meeting at noon, and reflecting back when I first came in after a couple of meetings, I'm like, I got this shit. I don't need you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are a cult, and all I gotta do is like just don't drink. Yeah, and I did that, but did I reach out and share? Yeah. No, because I had it all myself. Wrong. No, it's not an I program; it's a we program. And,
you are adorable. Bradley, what a self-reliance to you? Does this ring true in any way?
Well, I think what old Jimmy Boy said is pretty fucking bang on. But
yeah,
to me, I think well, it's funny because usually he's always wrong, but good one tonight.
Exactly. Even a broken clock, right, twice a day.
But honestly, what I think too is I have to agree with Jimmy. The first few times I went, I was like, this is bullshit. Why is everybody telling me what to do? But I realized quick that I had to basically figure out my ego is what it was. My ego got in the way is what happened to me at first, for sure. So once I got my ego deflated, it definitely helped a lot. So I wasn't so cocky and confident and know everything. So ego deflation was a big one for me.
Your ego was your amigo.
Ew. Take the cotton batting out of your ears and shove it in. All right, Will. It's self-reliance. Like, does this make any sense to you?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither.
I love them.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of something good. I'm like, what the hell are they saying? I mean, like,
I know.
I mean,
sometimes
I've gone to like 1 million NA meetings, but the thing is, like, I don't know. It wasn't in my language, I guess you want to say. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I do get that. Yeah, I know. I mean,
I think we're powerful people, not powerless. So, do you know what I'm saying? So I think that we can
that's deep.
Well, I think that you should start focusing more on like the future stuff,
Yeah.
versus like dwelling on the past. I'm not dwelling, but you get what I'm saying. I mean,
I do. I know exactly what you're saying.
Come on.
Head on, dead on. All right, so we had upcoming guests. Let's take a look. Hey, Jimmy, would you read our guest, please?
Yeah, thank you for unmuting me. So we have Donald Blow tonight, so we're looking forward to that. And next Wednesday we have a Richard Gerald, who is just actually messaging me, asking me, what do I got to do? And I said, just wear pants. Then we're followed by James G. Then we have Misty D and Daniel U. And I'm still putting the line out there to keep filling the slots.
I hear you. Jimmy does all our guests. He's our communications coordinator, our liaison between us and our people. I really appreciate what he does, and I just have to say that out loud.
Well,
because
if you want to be a guest, you just email me at Jim
Jim
at
One
trash-podcast.com.
it's,
And I will get you slotted in. Well,
Slot
eventually.
it in.
there it is. I
Just
found it.
slot you in. Uh-huh.
Thank you,
There you go.
There it is. The screen.
Jim
Jim
at trash-podcast.com. So send those cards and letter. I check it like 3 times a day, and nobody messages me.
Yeah, this business doesn't get a lot of correspondence. People take and go.
Mhm.
But that's the nature of the beast, and that's why we do our thing here. Yeah, so we got Donald Blow coming on. Jimmy, you have some details about Donald you want to share with us, please?
Certainly. You want me to pull that up again, do you?
Fine, because I have dropped the ball.
Of course you have. Well, hold on here. I
super.
just got to pull it up. Thank God I got like 20 computers running on my desk.
Must be
right
nice.
now. Yeah, okay. So, Mr. Donald, are we calling Donald B? We're going to call him Donald Blow.
I don't know. I thought it was.
All right.
Whoa.
So, he has multiple years. He doesn't actually want to say what his day count is. He is 45 years young. He is a foreman at an asphalt company. And for all you kids out there, asphalt is not a rectum problem. He is one of 13 siblings, brothers and sisters. Most of them are still alive. He grew up in a very small poor town called Shapely, Maine. Population about 2,000. Presently resides in Standish, Maine, which is actually just 45 minutes down the road. I had to Google that. Am I correct, Donald? Does that sound about right? Man,
Yeah.
Gotta love that little chat GPT. So there you go, Timmy. Back to you, and
Thank you
let's
very
have
much.
Donald take the floor. There you go.
Donald, yeah, we love having guests on our show. We want to hear how you got to where you're at, how you overcame what we're all still trying to do. We're all in the process. None of us are fixed. That's why we need to do stuff like this regularly. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give you the floor. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are today and like what you're most proud of in your life right now?
I mean, from like the last time that I used, like, today, I mean, I have my daughter back in my life after being reckless for, I don't know, 18, 20 years of her life. She comes, visits me probably almost every week. So, my son, I gave him up for adoption when he was like 8 months old, 7 months old. And I have a relationship with him now. He lives in Florida. I went down last April and watched him graduate high school, which was a big accomplishment for me and for him. I mean, I have a new home that we moved into October in Standish, Maine. I do a lot of like cooking. My wife and I cook for the homeless. They do a thing on Saturday at the local park down here that feed probably, I don't know, 40, 50 homeless people on any given Saturday. We do a bunch of drop-offs to rehabs for a recovery place up here that they that's all they do. They get people in the detox and recovery, and they have certain people that go pick them up and then drop them off over where they're supposed to go.
Nice.
I mean,
you have a full life of like giving back and keeping active. What was your life like before addiction entered the picture? Like way back?
oh, I mean, I started drinking when I was like, I don't know, I would say probably 12 years old with my dad. I would get up with him in the morning, make his coffee, and the second coffee would be vodka and coffee.
Yep.
And that's pretty much how it started, was drinking with him. And my whole family are like big drinkers.
Yeah.
So I kind of separate myself from them quite a bit. I mean, I talk to them a lot on the phone, but I don't go hang out with them at like, I don't go to a bar and hang out with them, or I don't go to parties with them, or
Yeah.
I kind of keep my distance from getting in that position anymore.
So
You
tell us
know?
about how your addiction progressed, and like I'm not actually just going to give you the floor. I mean, give us your story. Let us tell us about Donald.
Yeah. Like I said, I started drinking when I was young.
Yeah.
We grew up in a little town, and we were pretty poor. And I think it was about, I was probably 8 years old. I came home from school, and there was like a bunch of police lined up my road, and my father had took his shotgun and decided he was going to shoot at my mother with a shotgun. Um, and then my dad ended up getting arrested, and my mother took me and three of my brothers, and we lived in a car for, I don't know, couple years. Even
Jeez.
in the
Wow.
e-
Wow.
even in the wintertime, with like,
In Maine.
yeah, in Maine, find a back road and just pull off onto the side of a dirt road, and just all of us bundle up in the car and do what we could to stay warm, you know.
Oh my God.
Um,
Wow.
so probably, I don't know, a couple years, my mother was working, and I told my brother, I'm like, my father had gotten out of jail, and he was living with my brother in this town, Biddeford. It's probably like 20 minutes from where I am now. I said, I'm not sleeping in the car no more. So we all had bicycles. So I took my brother, and my other brother stayed behind, and we ended up running away and went to my dad's, excuse me, living with my dad. And I ended up hanging out in Biddeford and drinking, doing a lot of partying in the neighborhood. Pretty much just drinking at that point. And then probably when I was about 17, I got introduced to Percocet
Me too.
and Vicodin, and uh back then, I mean, that was like pretty much the only thing that was around for anybody to do.
Well, Donald, let me ask you. I know Maine was a hot topic of the OxyContin crisis. You know, there wasn't heroin up there, but like these rural towns, these mining towns, had heroin from their CVS, and it was like not regulated. So I imagine you experienced some of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. After I don't know how many years of doing the Vicodin, that's when like the oxycodone and uh the Oxy 80 started coming around, and uh I think that was probably about the time people were like really starting to use needles, and they would like melt the pills down. And I mean, I wasn't a needle user. I always snorted everything, but um that's probably when the needles started coming around more often. And I remember I had friends that would shoot up between their toes and
In between the toes where no one knows.
in their fingers, and um but when the oxycodone came out, I was probably in my mid-20s.
Yeah. We're talking like
And
2000 era.
yeah, probably 2005, something like that. And I ended up starting to sell the oxycodone. So at one point, I was probably selling to 100 people
Jesus
a day.
Christmas. How many where were you getting the oxys from? Were they prescribed to you or that were you have some plug?
No, I had probably 5 or 6 people that would get prescriptions, and they would call me up and they would be like, "Hey, can you get rid of these for me?" And of
Gotcha.
course, I would get rid of them, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
I ended up working with this guy, and he met this kid from New Jersey, actually, or New York, somewhere out there. He stole a prescription pad from a doctor's office.
Oh boy.
So the kid I was working with was like, "Hey, I'll give you 20 or 30 if you put your name on the prescription and go cash it in."
Yeah.
So I mean, I was full-blown active addiction on oxycodone, so I was like, "Yo, yeah."
And Donald, I gotta say, like, my experience was that with me, I was writing my own prescriptions on the computer on Photoshop. I would just type it in, like I got a prescription from an emergency room. You can go to the emergency room, get 20 Vicodin and 30 Tramadol, and be high for 4 days. It was the Wild West back then.
Yeah.
A lot of us didn't make it through that.
No, I've had I don't know how many numerous friends pass away from overdose.
So from 2005 to like 2012 is when they really got a handle on it. It was there was no serial numbers on prescriptions. You could there was it was just there was no tracking, and until there became an epidemic, that's when the government stepped in. But the damage has been done for 10 years.
Yeah, definitely the damage was definitely past overdue.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was crazy.
yeah, I ended up cashing in one of the prescriptions, and my wife cashed the prescription in, and one day I was at my house and I got a phone call from a friend of mine that my wife had just got picked up by the feds.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, they're probably gonna be coming here next, and it probably weren't 2 minutes later they were beating on my door
Yeah,
looking for me. All because of that one prescription that I had
yeah,
my name on.
yeah. I know.
I ended up doing 2 years in federal prison for that.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah. But I got out of there and I stayed clean for, I don't know, I think I was on federal probation for like 2.5, 3 years, 2.5 years, I think.
Yeah.
And I stayed clean for all of that time, plus like another year after that.
Yeah, the judicial system will keep you clean. Drug court and things like that.
If you say so.
And,
Well, I mean,
you gotta do what they tell you. I mean,
right? You're going in jail.
I mean, or you're going back to jail. I mean,
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, probation's hard." Well, it's hard. It's only hard if you make it hard.
Right. If you're trying to fake piss tests and all that shit, I've been there. I might have been there, but all right. So your wife gets picked up. You do 2 years. We're at like 2008, 9, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened after that?
So by the time I got out, like the oxys were like kind of going away, and
Yeah.
the
blues,
the dope was starting to come around, and I ended up hanging out with a kid, working with a kid, and he was selling dope. How it seemed like every time I hooked up with someone to go work with, it was like I was relapsing or doing something stupid,
Yeah. We can find another drug addict in New York City in Times Square with 1,000 people. We can pick out the one addict that's going to get us drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
So when
I
we say dope, I get messed up because I'm Canadian.
Oh, jeez. Even I
See?
remember. Come on. Heroin.
So dope is so dope
Well-
would be heroin, right?
yeah, heroin.
Unless
I
you're
mean
only around meth.
Yeah.
now it's pretty much fentanyl. So
But yeah, he's saying
Big
the
time.
terminology.
The
They call dope
terminology.
in Canada. They call dope weed because they're lame up there, and in the states we call dope heroin because it's dope to do heroin.
Unless it's all tweakers, then if it's all tweakers, then dope is meth.
Well, that's true. Now, Donald, I'm sorry. I pre-categorized you just by judging you. Like we judge people. We don't mean to, but like in my mind, I'm like, this guy's a tweaker. I'm like, he's from Maine. He's in the middle of nowhere. He's probably a tweaker like Will, and I was wrong, and I'm surprised at that. I'm okay with it. I love this story about the ox. I can totally identify with all of it. I don't know how you survived it.
you laugh. I've never done meth in my life.
I did
That
it
you
once.
know of.
Well, yeah, I mean, right. Sorry. So it's opiates. It's the oxys. The when oxys went away, the blues came out. The 30 milligram oxy,
Blues
the instant
Clues?
releases. Blues Clues.
Yeah, the I remember people were making like they were making like fake ones. Like they were selling a bunch of fake ones. They were like you couldn't crush them. They were so hard, and
They're
I remember
pills.
they were like trying to put them in microwaves and
Oh yeah. No, they put They
trying
would
to
make
melt
they
them
would
down. And
they'd make the OPs, the ones that had the coating on the outside, and couldn't get the time release. It was like a whole thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
they would take a hose clamp and shave it down.
I know. It's absolutely ridiculous. Drug addicts are very clever. So to be out of that life, so you went to prison, you were clean for a little while. Where are we at now in the story?
I started doing dope with the kid at work.
Right.
First it was like just a little bit, like I don't know, maybe not even a quarter of a gram, maybe just a little bit. He let me try it, and once he let me try it, I was like hooked on it.
Just a little sniff, right? Just like, holy shit, I can't believe it.
Yeah, I was hooked on it, and I ended up doing more and more. I ended up checking myself in the rehab, and I spent 6 months at rehab, and I graduated to rehab, and I stayed there. They had like an apartment out back, like if you stayed clean you could stay in the apartment. I stayed there probably another year, and then I got out. I went back. I was going to a movie one night, and I ran into my old dope dealer at the movies. So, of course, addict mind, I was like, well, you got anything? And, she was like, yeah. So I was with my nephew, and he's like, I'm like, I'll be right back. And I went out in a car, and I bought a gram of dope. And I got home, and I did that. Well, I ended up overdosing, and got my ex-girlfriend took me to the ER and threw me out of her car outside the ER.
I've been that person once.
Yeah, didn't tell anybody or anything.
Yeah.
Just threw me out of the car.
Yeah.
And luckily, a nurse saw and brought me in. I ended up in a coma for 4 days.
Jesus Christmas.
And I woke up. My mother was there. She thought she was like, you know what day it is? And I'm like, Friday. She's like, no, it's Monday.
3 days off.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you think I would learn from that? Like that week, my family invited me to a cookout, and when I got there, all my brothers and sisters were there, and I kind of knew something was up, and it was an intervention.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it was, and they all like,
yeah.
oh yeah, surprise.
Is it my birthday?
They all
Sure is.
Yeah.
They all like had something to say about it, and I kind of laughed it off, and ended up going back the next day. This is after a week of that I overdosed,
Mm-hmm.
and went back to using dope again. And I mean, it progressed pretty bad. I mean, I started out probably a quarter of a gram, then half a gram. By the time I was done, I was probably spending like $300-400 a day on dope.
Yeah. You were using needles at this point?
No needles.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I found out that if you put it in a needle, it would last longer and feel better, but that was a bad thing.
Well, thanks for giving safety tips, Tim. Jeez.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen.
Now, for all you kids who want to extend that buzz.
I mean, if you
Get
don't
your
already know
Narcan.
that- if you don't already assume that.
Right, exactly.
Recover out loud. Recover out loud.
That's what we does. Sorry. So, hospital intervention. You went right back to it, and how many grams a day? That I know, like a lot. That's a lot of heroin.
Oh yeah, it's probably 5 grams a day.
That's right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know what
3.5. A bottle is trafficking. And,
I mean,
yeah, true.
So,
yeah.
My wife has a video of me when I was messed up, and
I love those.
I was real bad. I mean, I was
I love
dancing
those.
around the room and making noise, and it was bad. I mean, bad. I can't believe I even, you put yourself through that crap,
Yep.
But one day I woke up, I was like, I've had enough. Like, I'm going to detox today, So I called the place in Bangor, and they were like, well, how fast can you get here? And I'm like, well, it's going to be like 2.5 hours before I can get up there. So my wife and my daughter's like, well, I'll drive you up there. And I was going to take my own truck, which I'm glad I didn't, because I probably would have checked myself out.
Yeah, 100%.
I never made it.
No, yeah,
or never made it.
Yeah, I never made it. But they brought me and dropped me off, and I've been clean ever since, multiple years. I mean, probably the best place I ever went was that detox.
That's interesting. So I went to rehab in Bangor, Maine, and I wish I had a detox. It didn't. It had a shovel and a hole. I detoxed. I swear to God, I detoxed digging a hole off of the OxyContin in 2005. They're
you were
like
in a movie, yeah.
yeah. I ran off that property. I didn't know where I was in Maine. It was some church thing, and I'm just like, which way's town? That way? I'm going that way. And I ended up fucking coming back. I actually had an opportunity to go to University of Maine with these kids, and I didn't do it. I went back to the rehab for whatever reason. And I walked in, and they see me come back, and they gave me a shovel, and they put a vest on me. The vest means I can't talk, and I'm like, okay, do I get like ibuprofen? I'm gonna go through detox now. And I sweated it out. I dug a hole for 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. I can't imagine they're still active now, because that wouldn't be the way they did things was dangerous. But like it was 25 men, and it was 8 to a room, and we lived in this old nursing home, and it was a shit pile. It was a farm in Maine, and it was with some church, Calvary Chapel. It was called.
Bet they make some good money off of you.
I don't know. I didn't give him that much money. I only gave him like $1,000, and it was like 6 months. I was fed, but you worked. You also worked, and
there we go.
yeah, it sucked. But like I went up there, a baby, strung out on heroin, a victim of the Oxycontin crisis, and I needed to get my ass kicked, and I'm glad I did. But getting your ass kicked, Donald, it sounds like you've been getting your ass kicked for fucking 20 years.
Pretty much my whole life. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And look at you today. Like we have so many people watching us on their phones right now because they don't have any, they don't have Netflix or whatever. Like they're trying to decide: do I want what they have? Are they full of shit, or are they genuine? And do people actually make it? And I know you're super active in your recovery online. Your presence is everywhere. You say great stuff. I stalk. I don't really interact. I do the stalking.
Yeah,
Jimmy
he does.
Jimmy does the interacting. But like I vet my people. I make sure that we're bringing on okay people.
I have no restraining orders against me yet. So
yeah, I had
that
he knows of.
Mine was dropped.
No, I mean, I go into the jail down here now. I mean, I go in and I run a NA meeting in the jail, and the sheriff that's our sheriff now, he used to be a corrections officer back in the day, and when I used to be in trouble and go in there all the time, and he goes, "Oh, it must feel nice to be let out after you go in there for an hour." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah."
But with that being said, Donnie, you know what it's like on the other side. You already said that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's not like you didn't do your time,
right? Jimmy does that now. He goes into the jail in Regina in Canada, and he goes in and he talks to youth. Jimmy, what was that? I know you're just starting that. What's that like?
It's these kids. Well, they've committed adult crimes. We've got a couple of kids who've actually committed murder, and they're actually not that far away, like maybe a 10-minute drive from where I'm at.
Could have been.
Could have been. But it's sad. Like these kids are like 15 to, I think the oldest one is like 19, and some of them are like they've had kids. Well, they haven't had kids. They've fathered kids. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys, I got socks older than you, but it's the same thing. It's usually alcohol, but predominantly drugs, and it's using the fentanyl and the meth and all that. It's challenging. It's very challenging. But you know what? Hopefully you light a spark, I don't try to be their friend or anything. I'm like just totally upfront. Like, this shit will kill you. If you want to die, up to you. But there is a choice. Life is worth living, and you got to. If you put half the effort that you did into you're in your addiction towards your recovery, you'll make it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. And they just kind of look at me like, but dope's so much fun. Yeah. Well, so is like, do you guys like toe tags? Because that's what you'll end up. I said, you're going to come from here. I'll meet you at corrections, and then you're going to go off to Fed, and you'll probably get shivved and killed, and
so
be somebody's bitch, right? And I just tell her right to them.
This doesn't work for them. What would happen if you went in there and played that? What would they?
I probably would get shit.
You'd probably get a windmill dick punch. That's probably what would happen.
Oh yeah, like these like I have 3 other. Like, you're just gonna be. I gotta make sure my running shoes are on. And corrections, actually, it is scary because corrections is a lot more low key because these guys have started at this youth center and now they've graduated. And I'm like, hey, just get a punch card and you'll graduate at Fed.
Right?
I like how you said. Sorry to interrupt. I like how when you said, Jimmy, that like the kids will say, well, dope is fun, or drugs are fun, or alcohol is fun. Wow, I bet you everyone sitting here on this podcast right now can remember a good time that we had, drunk or high.
Oh, yeah.
But it starts there, and the next thing you know, boom, you're on the edge of the fucking cliff, right?
Brad, Brad, I'd like that you bring that up. Like for me, we have a comment from somebody here. I don't do these comments right. Angela Dickey, hey guys.
Hey, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
What's up?
Oh my God! Would you look at that?
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah.
So I just think it's funny that Jimmy goes and does that, and Jimmy's not, hardened like Will or
Well,
Donald.
no.
Like Jimmy
I'm not
didn't go to
hardened.
jail.
I was
You know what I
no,
mean?
well, I was
been-
no, I was. I just dodged a lot of bullets, right? And I didn't
Right.
have to do the time. But yeah, but I still suffered in my addiction, right? I always
Right.
tell these kids, yeah, I didn't do hard time, and no, I don't have any tattoos. Da 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 da. Yeah, but
No, you
I
don't have-
lost a bunch of shit. Well, I'll have to bend over and show you my stamp trap.
You
But
know,
anyway, it's that common thread of suffering and doing it alone, and trying to. You can't do this
Right.
alone. And
Yeah,
this, some of the kids are getting it. It's like, oh, you mean when I get out, there's meetings out there? I'm like, well, fuck yeah. Like, come
Idiots.
on.
Kids are stupid
The
these
kids,
days.
they
Brad,
don't-
what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like you were talking about doing time. You know what I mean? Well,
Mhm.
actually, Jim, you probably were in the clink for how many years that you were using. So
Oh,
you
absolutely.
you could distinguish what type of correctional center you went to.
Exactly. There just wasn't any
Yeah,
bars.
right?
No.
Well, that's fair to say, though. I think, right?
That is fair to say. I like
Right.
what you brought up, Brad, about like having a good time. Like I know I like you will get to a point in your addiction. All five of us have. You get to a point when you think about using an active addiction, you don't think about the good time anymore. The pain is bad enough to where you think about the path of destruction that comes with getting high. That fleeting moment of high is no longer something I want to chase because of the shit that comes after it. We either learn our lesson or we don't. And I think the five of us here have learned a hard lesson, and it costs money, and it costs time, and it costs years. But for the five of us to be sitting here together, sharing our story and sharing our support, this is what it's all about. So like I think it's great. Do you go to AA or NA, Donald?
NA, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like the time I lost with my kids, like they know I can't make that up. I mean, they're old enough now that we just move forward with it,
Well, I
And
love that.
I love that.
Yeah, good.
I was going to say I love that part too, Donnie. Thanks for sharing, because that's there's a lot of common ground when you're sharing there. Like, so for me, I'm 47, and when I went to treatment and finally realized I wanted to quit, I was 43. So my kids at that time, the same age, 18, 19, 20, you know what I mean? They were old enough to know what drugs were and what I was doing. And so there was not like I was hiding it from a fucking infant. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So
I get it.
my kids didn't want anything to do with me at the end. And I picked up on that right away, Donnie, that you said that right away about now I have my kids back. Because that means to me how grateful you are.
It does.
Right?
It says a lot about them.
Like, so the first thing when Tim said, hey, share your story, he said, well, I got my kids back. That's the first thing he said.
Yeah.
So that broke my heart in a good way, because that it shows me that you did what you did with your addiction for your family and yourself. Like, so I can relate to that 1,000,000%, buddy.
Me too. Same, I mean, so look at this. You're 900 miles away in Maine. We are two different people. We're different, religion, whatever. I identify with everything you said. I went through that OxyContin thing. I've lost my kids. I've got them back. I just instantly connect with you, and that's why this shit is so beautiful, because we don't have to be the same. We don't have to like the same things or whatever. We share addiction, and that is a level playing field for healing, really. And we need each other. And Angela said, change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. Wow, we got great fans. We got fucking kicking ass. That's
Sorry,
right?
stand up.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
Will.
That's a really good one, Angela. I like that.
It is. It really is. It's such a cunning, baffling, powerful thing that, like, I don't want to test it anymore. Before, I used to want to be high to enjoy this, or want to be whatever to enjoy this. Now it's like, I think about why would I want to be drunk? I'm gonna wake up fucking throwing up. It's like miserable. Like, that's where my mind goes, to the bad stuff. And hope, it's all about how much tolerance you have, unfortunately, and
Mhm.
a lot of people will push the limit until there is no more options, and then they'll get clean. And if they're lucky enough to still be alive at that point, I think that's a bonus. So
And I mean, some people are scared of. I mean, I think like some of the reason like why I was getting high was because I was scared of the change,
Yep.
like what life was actually going to be like,
I do
But
know what you mean. We're kind of looking at that in our show over the next whatever. We're looking at change and recovery. Now, change happens in life, and we have to how to roll with the punches, and that doesn't come naturally to addicts that destroy things instead of fix things. So, change and recovery. Getting clean, getting sober is change. That is number one change. You make that change, and then if you do it right, and then you have an open mind, you might be able to find some healing there. Let me look at this real quick. Let's look at our change topic just because spark some.
Sparkles.
I don't think this is it. Is this it? Change and recovery. So change and recovery, right? It's inevitable. Recovery isn't just about stopping substance use; it's about rebuilding a life. Everything shifts: routines, relationships, identity, emotions, and change happens whether we're ready or not. And that can feel overwhelming to someone in early recovery. I can identify with that. I mean, it really is. It's fear based, and whenever we're fear based on things, we don't make great decisions. I don't know what you guys think about little the change thing.
Scary.
It's
Scary.
right?
Ooh.
Well, it's funny. Old Donnie B nailed it. I think so.
He did.
Because, well, it's true because I can only speak for myself again. It's when I was high on blow and drinking all the time, and I just got myself in this routine. So it was everything was normal for years in my head. And once I went to treatment and my kids left me and my wife left me and I lost my job and blah, blah, blah. And then I started to get sober. I was scared shitless of change because I
Yeah.
didn't know anything different except getting high and drunk. So it's crazy, right?
The change of and like I remember getting sober and thinking I'm never gonna feel the best I can feel again. Like that's gone. Like, and that's a hard mindset. Like, all right, you have to believe in what people are saying that you will feel better at some point. But like when you're getting sober, it's like I don't like how I feel at default when I wake up in the morning. I'm not going to be able to change it, and that's scary. And people fear change. Brad, what like did you have to make a really important change in your life to find long-term sobriety?
I think the biggest one that I had to accept was I had to lose some of my good friends. I had to walk away from certain crowds.
Right.
And honestly, to this day, 3 years sober, it still hurts to this day some people that I don't communicate as much with. I mean, I still do sometimes, but that was a big one for me because because there it is, it's change again, right? Because now, so I'm finding new friends. I still have some old friends. I'm not saying that, but some of my best friends and some of my closest buddies that I grew up with all my life, we don't talk as much anymore. So that was hard. But if we're gonna fix ourselves and try to make ourselves better, we got to adapt with the punches here, right? Like you gotta roll with the punches.
For sure.
Off topic a little bit here, so I was never into pills. I did do them. So a couple good buddies of mine, we talked about deaths. He's gone now. God bless his soul. I've done it with him a few times. And so they found him in the bathroom, in the bathtub, drowned in the bathtub, full of pills, right? And we all knew too, like talking to him, like it's like we had the interventions with him, Donnie. You knew it was bad. He just come in sweating and everything, just a mess or whatever. I mean, I was a fucking mess, and I knew he was a mess. But you can't ever do it until you want to do it yourself. Every one of us here on this podcast, Donnie, you included tonight, you said the same thing. You've been to a couple treatment centers, you went to whatever, and you said the best place you ever went to is that last detox. It's because you wanted to, I think, at that point, right?
Yep.
And I think that's what it boils down to. Everybody in addiction with this disease is, I guess one thing I'll say is never quit quitting. Even if you go and you come back, keep you know what I mean? You'll find your bottom or you'll find your time. So what you said tonight for that, Donnie, is super inspirational.
Absolutely.
I think
Holy
because
shit.
you know what I mean? Like everybody trips and falls, and it's okay. But you found your way, and I think that's absolutely amazing, man. So I'm thankful for sharing that.
Absolutely.
I mean, one of my best friends of multiple years is from my last treatment center.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My best friends are from rehab. And like
Yeah.
Will said, Will will tell you he doesn't hang on to rehab people because they tend to disappear. But me and him are the exception. Angela is said some stuff I'd like to address. I grew up in a very addicted motorcycle club family. So I grew up in the way of life. At 44, I didn't know what any other way of life there was out there, if that makes sense. So I was super scared. I cut out most of my friends and family and moved away this last time around. My baby brother got out of federal prison in November and is in a federal halfway house. Him, my biker cousin, and I are all recovering together now, and it's a beautiful thing. We can now lean on each other and for support where we once were very toxic to each other. It's a wonderful feeling today. Angela, thank you for taking the time and sharing that with us. I think she's identifying with what we're talking about. We all share it. We all share the same thing. Donald, what do you do today for fun to like just blow off steam?
Oh shit, I do a lot. I do a lot of ice fishing. I archery hunt. I'm a big archery hunter. I bought a boat last year, so we do a lot of boating. I most of the time I do a lot of fishing.
Yeah.
But summertime I'm usually busy working. I've been doing paving asphalt for 32 years, so
What kind of fish do you catch in Maine on the lakes?
brook trout, brown trout, pike. I hired a fishing guide a couple weeks ago. Me, my brothers, and my nephews. We went all up to this lake up north and caught some pike. They're like 30, 40-inch fish.
Nice.
That's way better than doing dope.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's think, Bradley.
It's
Jesus.
No, that's awesome, man. Like I love, man. Your story hits me hard because we've got so many things in common. Like, it's awesome.
No, I mean, I keep busy. I do snow removal in the wintertime, and I hire guys from the sober house down in Portland.
Nice.
For them to
Good
shovel.
for you. Awesome.
Yeah. See, guys need that. Guys in sober living, early recovery, they need that. They'll. A lot of us, and me included, we'll talk about that guy that gave us that chance because he wanted to help us. And if it weren't for that guy who just took a chance on me, I'd be dead. And I think all of us have something similar like that, and that's where gratitude comes from. Gratitude comes from this place of just desperation of being, of not having and then having. You realize what you didn't have before. Will, like for you, like do you ever find yourself like feeling desperate, overwhelmed? Like I know I do. Just life, I'll get crazy.
Yeah, I mean, used to. It'd be magnified because I was it was being used. I would turn it into a purpose of like why I gotta get higher or whatever,
Right.
These days, these days it's like I said, if I'm getting anxious, I don't really get nervous. I mean, like I'm always the only thing that really I guess would scare me is not knowing the future or not know what's going to happen. Not going to happen, but like in certain scenarios, just in my life, just whatever. Anyhow, and
FOMO.
No. Just no. I mean, like. I mean, no.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm just saying, like, things don't. I mean, it's the fear of the unknown. Like when you're about to go into a situation, that's the only thing for certain things. But what I was gonna say though is like whenever whenever
I knew
like
that's
back.
something.
Okay,
This
so
guy.
whenever I used to be getting high or whatever, like there would be times on because I've had my plenty of different scenario, like different tours, as I call it, and I always knew, even though like I wasn't sick, I wasn't in trouble or anything, but I knew it was time to like get out, like tap out, but I couldn't ask for help, so I'm like, the only way to do this is just to get more fucked up, so people see, so people see that I
Fixes
need
everything.
help. So therefore, they have to either do it for me or either the law. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, it's a fucked up way of thinking, but that's how I
A little
mean,
bit.
So anyhow, that was my.
That's great. I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, let's go around. I want to hear 2 positive things that happened to you this week and 1 thing you're grateful for. Starting with Brad.
2 positive things that happened to me this week. 1, I have a job interview tomorrow at maybe I shouldn't say this on live, but whatever. It's a mine at Rocanville. I kind of been applying there for a while, and
Rocanville.
Sounds
Shut
horrible.
up, Jimmy. It's
Sounds
positive.
horrible.
I told you it's positive. Yeah.
It is positive.
What are they mine for?
If you've ever been to Rocanville,
I have. So that's one positive thing.
What are they mine for?
Potash.
Pat Potash.
Yeah, potash. Yeah,
Potash.
for fertilizer.
Yeah.
Not that kind of.
It's a really big mine too. So anyway, it's a decent job and a good opportunity. I haven't got it yet, but I still have interview tomorrow, so that's good. My second positive thing is for my daughter. So my oldest daughter is an RN. She's a registered nurse. She was in Regina. She's leaving today to go. Tell me if I'm saying this right, Jimmy. Burnaby, Vancouver. Burnaby. So she's doing one of those travel thingamajiggies.
A travel nurse.
Yeah, and she left today. Yeah. So
good for her. That's good money, man.
She loves it, and she's good with the people. She's really good. So when I say positive, because it's a good adventure for her, and I'm happy for her. But I'd be lying to say that Daddy didn't shed a tear when she was leaving.
Oh, poor boy. Oh, poor boy.
I just want to share. Brad drove that today. Look at that effing thing. Holy S. It's a wide, so it drives. It delivers shit.
I can't see it. So.
It's a drill, they call it, which is a cedar, right, Jimmy?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's going to be what? What's the swath on that? 76? 76. That's close. Man.
What's a swath?
Oh my God! You
wrap the baby up in.
I'll show you.
Don't.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Good Lord!
It's the width of the boom. How wide it's seen.
Boom.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, so 2 negative things. We're going.
No, not 2 negative.
No, don't do that.
No.
You got them. You want to share them?
I don't have any right now.
Very good.
Good.
Except I cried because my daughter left.
I cried. I was just messed up. I was just about Brad said something in episode 177, and I'm laying on the couch with my parents, and I just start crying. I'm like, I don't know. He just hit me. I don't remember what it was. I have to look back. What's one thing you're grateful for, Brad?
Come on.
Today or overall? That's a pretty broad question. I am great. I'll tell you what I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
I am grateful that I did finally get sober, and I'm grateful that I have a chance to be part of this podcast and maybe reach out to some people. And grateful that I know that I'm not doing this alone. Grateful and smart enough to know that recovery is not done by itself. That you need people around you to help you do it, and don't be scared to open the door and let them in.
We'll let you in. I mean, that's the thing. People are afraid of making that first step, that initial contact. We let everybody in recovery. We don't shoot our wounded. Brad's like, I want to be part of the show. I'm like, you're an executive. Here's your email. You know what I mean? Like, we don't shun people. We are all the same. We all suffer with the same shit. Donald, do you want to give us 2 positives and 1 grateful?
Yeah, sure. Tomorrow I'm going on vacation to Florida.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
You get stop in Georgia and see me on the way down.
We going to the Daytona 500 Sunday.
Oh,
Come
buddy.
on. Praise him,
Nice.
come on.
Holy shit.
Come on.
Chris Burns,
Well, I've
his
always
neighbor?
wanted to go.
He's my
and
neighbor.
Gotcha. How about
My
that Manny
sister bought
Vital?
us
Yeah.
all tickets, so
Nice.
So,
That's
I'm
crazy,
grateful.
Donald. So, like,
Yeah, I'm
look at
grateful for her.
what recovery. You wouldn't have had any of these chances. You have a life out of living in a car in fucking 10-degree Maine. I mean, your story is empowering, and if people don't get the message, they're not listening because it is loud and clear here tonight. Thank you for sharing that. Will, 2 paws, 1 great.
Positive. Man, that music's loud. But anyhow.
There's no music playing.
No, I was blaring. You can't hear it. That's all I hear. Okay, there we go.
Right, turn it
Wait,
on.
now-
I turn
No,
it
here's some
off.
more music. At least
Here's
it's
some
not
more.
bad.
There you go.
Anyhow,
Better?
Where are you?
Anyhow, the positives are friends and family. You know, like my friends and family, and the people that give me or allow me to work. You know, let's see. This show definitely always, and I don't know. I mean, I'm healthy.
We love
I'm feeling good.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you look good. The glow in your face. I couldn't imagine what you look like.
That's that
cracked out.
that new oil, that after shower oil.
Bye, Stacy. Thanks
Windburn.
for coming out with us. Jimmy, 2 paws, 1 great.
2 paws. Oh shit, there's so many. Well, first of all, I got up this morning. I could
Oh,
actually
boy.
first 2 gifts I opened this morning were my eyes. And then, yeah.
Ooh.
Then I took the cotton bat out of my ears and put it in my mouth. Yeah. Sorry about that. No, just life is really good, you know. And I'm working at my age and got this great job. Shut up, you kick your ass. Listen, Sonny, I'll still kick your ass on the block. But I just have these opportunities. Like I live a life of invitation now, and that's what it kind of ties into my the gratitude part. Like I get to now take the message in to a bunch of Yahoo kids who don't give a shit, but maybe it will soak in. If I can have one kid, and actually I did. There was one young kid who was going to graduate or whatever. And he goes, hey, like, do you ever go to meetings? I'm like, yeah, I have been known to go to the occasional meeting.
Yeah, here and there.
I said, just go to this meeting, and I'm probably going to see him probably Friday. Just young kid, 15 years old, and just he wants to he wants what we have.
Yeah,
you know?
Yep.
Wants a better life, and that's great. At age 15, that's when most people are starting.
No
kidding.
kidding.
And this kid is going to get a leg up, so good for him. And maybe he'll be one of those guys that have 60 years of sobriety. I'll be long dead, but you know that's planting that seed. So I'm very grateful for that. I'll shut up. Tim, what are you grateful for? You give us 2 paws. That's great.
Oh, 2 positives. Brad on the show is an awesome addition. And the positivity surrounding the show has been great. And I'm grateful for what I wasn't grateful for. I'm grateful for what I took for granted. It really, like, you take things for granted. You take simple things for granted that are actually privileges in life. And you know, when you get things taken away and you get them back by doing the right thing, you care about that more. So I'm just grateful for the power of perspective and being able to see things with sober eyes. Angela chimed in too. She's part of the show. Her positives: 1, some repressed memories from my childhood came up. Thought it was hard. I got validation from friends and my sponsors, and I am processing that even now. Way to go. So grateful I can do some more healing with so much love and support. Number 2, I got offer my baby brother advice that meant a lot to him. I'm grateful for life, sobriety, friends, family, God, home, clean clothes. Only one thing, Angela, you can't do 10 things you're grateful for. I'm just
I'll send her a text later. Tell her to give her shit.
That's great. I love that. And she's grateful for knowing that she gave advice to someone that meant something. And that doesn't cost money. You don't have to be high for that. In fact, you can't be high for that. You know, it's like I did something and my dad gave me a compliment the other night, and it was almost like he's saying, "You're not the piece of shit you are." Like it was like he's like, "You really do know what you're doing." And like it was like some kind of compliment that meant something to me. So like, yeah, our words mean things, and we have to be careful with what we say, but we also have to be responsible in spreading a message that we can recover from this shit. You know, it's such a blessing to be able to do this and have guys like Donald on. who are just, real. That's Donald is who we want to hear from. So anybody out there who thinks they're like Donald, you're welcome on our show. Anybody out here who thinks they need to share something, you're welcome on our show.
Come on down.
Come on in. We do a little something called Just for Today.
The Dizzlin? We did Dizzle my Nizzle?
He loves that.
Now, I'm not sure if this is in the right order. So let's see.
Hey.
Will,
man,
this
you gonna have
should be
me
fun.
sounding all kind of retarded.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Courage is a
Really?
blessing. We have become very grateful in the course of our recovery. We have a disease, but we do recover. We have become very
page 43, basic text, page 8, blew it already.
Yeah. Active addiction was no picnic. Many of us barely came out of it alive. But ranting against the disease, limiting what has done to us, pitying ourselves for the condition it has left us in. These things can only keep us locked in the spirit of bitterness and resentment. The path to freedom, spiritual growth begins where the bitterness ends. With an acceptance, there is no denying the suffering brought by addiction. Yet it was the disease that brought us to Narcotics Anonymous. Without it, we would neither have sought nor found the blessings of recovery. In isolating us, it forced us to seek fellowship and causing us to suffer. It gave us experience needed to help others. Help no one else was so uniquely suited to offer. In forcing us to our knees, addiction gave us the opportunity to surrender to the care of loving higher power. We would not wish the disease of addiction on anyone, but the fact remains that we addicts already have this disease and further. That without this disease, we may never have embarked on our spiritual journey. Thousands of people have searched their whole lives for what we have found in Narcotics Anonymous: fellowship of a sense of purpose and a conscious contact with a higher power. Today, we are grateful for everything that has brought us this blessing. Just for today, I will accept the fact of my disease and pursue the blessings of my recovery because it's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
It is. All right. Happy birthday, Auntie Celia, my
birthday.
girl. Love her so much. Guys, thank you for a great show. Donald, thank you for taking time to come on. You're welcome to come on again. It was great having you on, guys. Everybody take care. We will see you on what's today? Well, Sunday.
Sunday.
180. All right, guys.
And remember, raise hell, praise Dell.
There you go. Yep.